What's up, everyone? Just another day, another dollar, another opportunity to not only smile myself, but help somebody else smile as well. And I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about what's been going on with prep because honestly, I haven't recorded much and I haven't felt a lot of urge to record. Been a lot of emotional ups and downs. Quite frankly, a lot of it is all in my head. And the food, I'm not eating a lot, but I'm not hungry. And I'm just really tired. And it's taking a lot of my mental capacity away. So I'm trying to energize myself during my work hours and when I get home from work so I can have productive, efficient workouts as well as time spent with people I want to see, like David, my boyfriend, some close friends, and family. And I think through this process, it's been like expectations in my head that are holding me back because I thought things were going to be a certain way, like meal prepping with David every weekend. We're going to have time together on the weekends to relax or go explore, and definitely not the case because we're both exhausted by Friday night. And honestly, I've been doing 90% of the meal prep, and it's just been a lot more than I anticipated for myself, and trying to keep up with my workouts, my meals, and also help David because I think he's going through more mental, physical challenges than I am in his cut. But that's something that I need to address, is that when you're in a caloric deficit or any stage, one thing you need to be aware of is how your body is recovering and how it's responding to certain things. And right now, my body is responding slower than normal because, number one, my food intake's lower. Number two, my sleep schedule and sleep patterns have been terrible. And number three, I'm not stretching and doing the procedures that I should to really get effective recovery, such as foam rolling, getting deep tissue massages, doing yoga. I haven't done yoga in weeks, and I need to. But those are the types of things that make or break you, especially when your body is physically getting beat down. And it also helps with injury prevention. And that's something else I wanted to talk about. When you are in a caloric deficit or you're in a challenging workout phase, there's a higher chance you're going to get an injury if you don't take time to warm up for your workout, if you don't take time to stretch after your workout, if you don't do sauna, if you don't go to get your chiropractor adjustments, if you don't get deep tissue work. Those are things that can cause an injury. And earlier in my off season, I had an injury with the shoulder, and actually now, they're fairly even, but it's taken me quite a bit of time in order to bring up the shoulder after I had an injury. And those are a few of the things that I've learned that I would recommend to somebody, is to take care of your body, especially in the off season, so that when you're on season and you're training hard, honestly, I don't train to failure most of the time. I'm training until my max workload is hit and my muscles are fatigued, exhausted, that I do not have good form anymore. Because there's no point in continuing with poor form, like I see a lot of people do, just so they can get half reps, partial reps. Now, I do think there is a time and place for half reps and partial reps, but even when I'm doing those, I'm making sure that my joints are aligned, that all my body parts are where they need to be, so that I don't hurt myself and don't end up regretting it later. And honestly, I forgot what body part I was training tonight because I thought I had arms. Arms is actually tomorrow. So I might record my leg giant set tonight, but honestly, I don't know if I will because I don't have a camera person, because David does his own workout while I do mine, and honestly, I'm just not motivated to record it. But I'm going to talk a little bit more tonight about some things I do for recovery, like my lacrosse ball. I'm going to show you some of my stretching routines that I find extremely beneficial for recovery and taking care of your muscles. So first, I have two balls. Yes, I do. A tennis ball and a lacrosse ball. The benefits: tennis ball is not as hard, so if you're just starting to use one for your muscle recovery, I'd recommend it. Otherwise, a lacrosse ball for more advanced advanced, experienced lifters and runners and strength trainers. What I'm going to use it for: my feet, for my calves. So, I'm going to tilt you guys down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here. But all I'm really going to do, and you can even do this if you sit in an office during the day. Here I am in a chair. My tennis ball is next to my foot. I'm literally just rolling it on the ball of my foot, on the arc. If you feel a point that hurts, hold down on it longer. There's something on my toe. That's gross. I need to get my vacuum cleaner going. But you can do your heel, and I lost it. Lacrosse ball, just as effective. I think more effective because there are a lot of pressure points on your foot that can stem towards pain in different parts of your body. So like I said, I'm literally just rolling it. You can flex your foot. It actually targets the arc of your foot a little bit more when you are. The next thing I'm going to show you will be beneficial for your calves, hamstrings, hips, and glutes. Essentially what you're going to do is you're going to use the ball as, once again, a pressure point reliever. And what I'm going to do is I'm laying on the ground, and similar to the calf, you're just going to set, holy crap, set the lacrosse ball underneath your leg in that specific spot. And the amount of reps that you really need to do, it doesn't really matter. You want to try and release as much of that lactic acid and pain as you can. Holy moly. I don't even want to try this lacrosse ball because this is going to hurt. Yeah. So this is just proving to me that I haven't done enough stretching in my calves. Even though when I train my calves, I typically do a tibial stretch in between sets. Ooh-wee. Yeah. I already see veins in my legs. So then you can do the same thing for your hamstring. Hamstring, I don't move as much. I will do a pressure point and I'll sit on it. And I like to do the same thing with my glutes as well. So I typically have a pressure point here. And I only rock just a little bit back and forth on it. And then right here on my hip, what you want to do is try and put as much of your body weight into that ball. And clearly, I need to do this more. Yeah, I can roll through the whole rest of my glute, but it's on the side, oh my god, the side glute right here. That ties into my IT band that is killing me. Whew. At least my triceps look good right now. Okay. So, you guys get the point. So, as you can see, when you get leaner, you get more muscle definition up in here. I can also usually tell where I'm holding most of my stress. Right here in the rhomboids. I will try and show you guys the pressure points that I'm hitting are usually up here, here. I will hit my rear delt as well, and I'll show you guys what I do with a wall for the rear delts, and then do it on the other side. So for this, I cannot move. This literally just hurts like this. What you can do if you need to and have more room to challenge yourself, you can move your arm like this. You can move it up and down. You can move it back and forward. Oh my god, I can't even do this right now. Okay, so that was point 1. Point 2 is right here in the middle of my back rhomboid. You hold it usually at least a minute or as long as you can. Then you release and you'll do it again. Okay, now I'm going to show you how you can use a lacrosse ball or a tennis ball against the wall to target, once again, your traps, your rear delts. So, you only need a wall that's maybe, this is what, 4 feet wide? Yeah. I mean, it's wider than me. So essentially what you're gonna do is you're gonna lean against the wall. I'm taking the tennis ball, propping it right up against my rear delt, and I'm gonna extend my arm out. So if you think about a rear delt fly, you're constantly gonna keep tension on that rear delt, and you're doing the exact same motion. But what this is doing is it's breaking up any of that muscle tissue or lactic acid that's built up. So I typically will do these laterals. You can do some upright rotations. My shoulder's clicking. Yay. And then what else do I do? I think those are most of it. Or you can do just a static hold. You can also then move it onto your trap. Do full arm raises. And do laterals as well. So I just showed you what I do with balls. Now I'm going to show you what I do with the stick. And I'm not even kidding, it's called the stick. Either way, this has been a godsend as far as lactic acid and doing it on yourself, not needing somebody to do deep tissue all the time. So what you're gonna do, and I use this primarily for my legs because that's where I hold a lot of my lactic acid, is I'm going to roll my quad and I push away from the heart. Oh my God. You can also do it on your adductors. Ooh. You can do it on your hamstrings. This is why I'm showing you seated, because you literally can just do it by yourself. Now if you have somebody with you, it's great. David's at the gym right now, so I can't really have him do it. And then there's my lovely IT bands, which I definitely don't take care of. Oh my gosh. So this is my own form of Game of Thrones punishment. Holy crap. Last but not least, one of the staple items for my recovery, foam roller. I use this pretty much every single part of my body, and I'm going to demonstrate what I do for my legs, back, and my chest. So you can start out using both legs, and you're just going to gauge how much you need. I actually can't do both legs anymore because it doesn't feel like anything to me unless you use a rumble roller. So you're rolling back and forth, putting as much pressure on your hamstring or what body part you're focusing on as you can. You can do it for your calves. Ooh. Then, for your back, I start out, I'm just leaning on it. You gotta be careful with your vertebrae. I did a mistake in the beginning. I would roll my whole back out, and you can't do that. Your back sometimes isn't as strong as you think it is. And it holds your whole spine together, so you want to be really careful and gentle with it. So I slowly start moving it back. Here, I'm going to extend my arms. Ooh, feeling a crack. And then when I finally get up to my traps, I do roll a little bit because my rhomboids and traps are fairly strong and can handle it. And I'll extend one arm, bring it back, extend the other arm, bring it back, and I'll repeat that a couple times. Now if I want to go on my stomach and focus on your quads, roll your poor little quads or poor big quads out. Rotate to your adductors. This looks awkward in the gym, but it's totally worth it. Ooh. So that's what I'm doing it at home. You just spread one leg to the side, roll it a couple times. Then, or you can just lay down. But one thing I do like for my chest and pecs that I'm going to show you with this is you lay it out, and it's going to be underneath your body until it comes to the end of your back where it meets your neck. And what you're going to do, you're going to try and relax your spine all the way down, and your arms are going to be extended. You're going to tighten them and be like a row movement, and bring them back. And I feel it all through here, releasing.
So you can do that about 5 to 10 times and just fall asleep. But
Those are a few of the stretches that I like to implement, I think are beneficial. Let me know if you try them, what you think, and take care of your body.